Hello everyone, my name is Radio Mike, this is the Inside of My Mind, and I just wanted to talk a little bit today about and do some general musings on Assassin's Creed Valhalla and the Assassin's Creed franchise as a whole, because I just had a few thoughts on it that I wanted to make a video about. Obviously, the new trailer and announcement for the upcoming Assassin's Creed game, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, just came out. It is themed towards Vikings, which is actually really cool. I really liked sort of the art style and everything in this trailer does look very cool, but I should say that the Assassin's Creed franchise as a whole has totally failed to encapsulate me at all since Assassin's Creed 2 and that Ezio storyline, and I played 2 and Brotherhood and I really liked them, and then I tried to get into Black Flag, it just didn't work for me. I tried to get into Syndicate, and that didn't work for me either, and I just wonder how this franchise can reinvent itself. I guess I bought Assassin's Creed Syndicate for PS4 thinking it was gonna be like a really great experience, the same way I enjoyed 2 and Brotherhood so much. Like, I genuinely thought those games were great, but I probably only got like an hour or 2 into the game before I just felt like it was overly dense, self-indulgent, just having 2 interchangeable characters for some unknown reason that both had separate skills, and it just felt so unnecessarily complex, and I couldn't be bothered. I honestly couldn't be bothered getting into that game because what it presented to me within the first 2 hours was just so much, so big, so much stuff. It was also so story driven. I reckon in those first 2 hours I probably played 30 minutes as opposed to the 90 minutes of storytelling and cutscenes that I had to endure. And my thing in games is that games don't have to be deliberately story driven. Like, I don't think that the cutscenes in your game should be the focus. I think it should always be the gameplay, because that's why I'm playing a game. I actually hate moments in games where I'm getting really into the addictive gameplay of whatever the game may be, and then I suddenly have to stop to do a cutscene, to just watch a cutscene and no longer engage with my character and the world that's been built around my character. So I just found that so much in Syndicate. Black Flag, I don't know, I just couldn't get into it the way I got into Assassin's Creed 2, and I don't know necessarily why. Maybe those games just, I don't know, Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood just felt so great. Like, they were story driven, but it was so much about the exploration and just roaming around, free running. And yeah, I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed finding the points, the viewpoints, and finding things on the map. Those are the things I really enjoyed about the open worldness of that game. And to be honest, I don't think that the combat in those games is good at all. Like, I don't think that, well, to rephrase that, I don't think the combat is the part of the game that people are playing it for, in my opinion. Like, yeah, there's some fun combat mechanics, but the fights aren't particularly engaging. It's more about the free running and exploring and assassinating, like taking people out. It's more about stealth. The combat I don't particularly enjoy. I also loved the horseback riding mechanics in Brotherhood, and I thought they were really good. But I'm just sort of thinking about Valhalla, and I know that they've also done Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Assassin's Creed Origins, which were, I believe, ancient Greece and ancient Egypt, respectively. Honestly, like, the Egyptian one did kind of look interesting to me, and I did want to check it out, but I never really got round to it because I didn't want to invest the money into something I wasn't sure I was going to enjoy. And I kind of still feel that way about Valhalla, which, from the trailer, certainly does look more focused on combat, which again, I don't think is the strong part of those games. I think I kind of want a back to basics approach and just go and do pretty much what Assassin's Creed 2 did, with maybe some quality of life improvements and a different setting. And it does seem like they're trying to just do, hey, now we're doing Assassin's Creed in ancient Greece, or now we're doing it as Vikings, or now we're doing it in ancient Egypt. Like, It's like trying to show all these historical events and weave its own storyline into these real life events, which is pretty interesting. And I think like people who are into history would really like these games. But as someone who's not particularly interested in that stuff and more just wants to play a fun open world adventure action game, these have sort of gone by the wayside to me. If there is one that I've talked about that does fit into that style of just like open world exploration and adventure that people think I might like, please let me know. Because honestly, I want to love this series again. Like, I want to play another game like Assassin's Creed 2 or Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, because those are really good games that I really, really enjoyed playing. And I'm not trying to be critical of this franchise, because I know that a lot of people get a lot out of these games and that people really like these games. And that's great. I'm just wondering where this franchise fits for me personally as a gamer moving forward, because yeah, just looking at Valhalla, it doesn't seem like it's going to be for me because of that combat focus, and that's okay. I'm sure there will be people who will really like it, but yeah, I don't want them to do another Syndicate, and I don't want them to do another Black Flag, and this trailer did show a lot of sort of traveling on ships and stuff, so maybe there is some more kind of naval events in this. I don't know. I'm cautiously looking forward to this, and if it does get really good reviews, it may be something I do pick up and put the money into and just try to get into again. I really did not like Syndicate. I didn't think that anything about Syndicate tried to bring me in straight away. It was just overwhelmingly complex, and I didn't want to get into it. I want to kind of be able to pick it up and know how all the mechanics work, because I've already played a different Assassin's Creed game, and that's what I want, and then build on it from there. Build mechanics from the base mechanics that people are already familiar with. I'm not sure. I'm not particularly overly obsessed with this franchise, so I can't say that I'm speaking as an expert at all. This is just my thoughts as a casual fan of this franchise, because I know that the mega fans of Assassin's Creed are always just going to pick the games up and probably really like them, and that's great, but I'm just trying to think wider as people and consumers who are casual fans of Assassin's Creed, such as me, who played one once and got really into it and really liked it, and then couldn't really get in again. I'm trying to think of what is the way in for those people, because games need casual fans to survive. Like, they need people like me buying the games to get sales up. The hardcore fans are always going to buy it, but you need more casual people buying it, and I worry that there's going to be a drop off for this franchise that I don't necessarily want to die. And yeah, my solution in my mind is go back to basics and build off the basics. Go back to an open world, explorable city or town or area that has a lot of secrets in it, and just keep it relatively simple. You don't have to add all these complex features for the sake of being like next gen and wow, this is new. I don't think that's necessary for these games. I am happy for them to change like the historical landscape or the era of history that they're in. I think that's great, and building off what those parts of history or those sort of eras in history offered, I think that's great as well. I just think they need to keep it simple. And those are just my overall initial musings on the announcement of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I am sure some of the stuff I've said in this might upset people, or people might be a little bit annoyed because I probably don't know as much about this franchise as I should to be talking about it. But let me know in the comments what you think. Like, I'm happy for respectful discourse on this topic, and I'd really love to hear from you. Also, give this video a thumbs up. That'll really help push my channel out. Subscribe to my channel. That'd be really great. Most people who watch these videos do not subscribe to my channel. I do lots of videos like this, talking music, games, TV, movies, and just general pop culture that I'm digging at the moment and stuff that I want to talk about. So I hope you like it too. Definitely subscribe. I'd love to have you on board, and I'm trying to put as many videos out as possible, just talking about different pop culture things that pop up during the week. You can also listen to my podcast, 20th Century Boy, I'm a radio and podcast producer. That's my day job, and I just talk all about my many blunders of being a millennial living alone in Melbourne, Australia, and that. And I also do another show called Popped, a pop culture podcast with my friend Alex. That's some more deep dives on pop culture, sort of like this video, having discussions and debates around different elements of pop culture. Finally, I have a band, Release the Sounds. The first single is in the end screen to this video, so stick around and just have a listen to that. It's about a guy who falls in love with a puppet. We're a comedy punk band. Check it out on Spotify. I think you'd really like it. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. My name's Radio Mike. This has been The Inside of My Mind. Catch you later.
I hold you close the moment last I touch your skin. But I went to run my hand through your hair and I noticed you were attached to string. You were a puppet this whole time, you were attached to string. You were a puppet this whole time.